Do you guys want to like, do you have the images? You guys want to do like a lo-fi song? Cause I don't like the old song. It's like a kind of weird. Okay. Hold on.
I'm doing pretty well. How about you?
I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, so it's pretty exciting.
Oh, that's pretty simple. I've done this for what, since I was like 8 years old. We're pushing 11 years come December, but it's only a joke. I've loved pretty much every minute of it. A little bit of drama here and there, some of the nations, but it's mainly a joke.
Who's gonna go first?
I started about 6 years ago, roughly. Um, I kind of just showed up in a group once, and I thought it was really fun. Stuck with it. Follow around some other Napoleonic games. It's always been really fun, the Napoleonic era. History's been a big subject of mine that's been a favorite. Um, it's always just been fun for Napoleonic stuff. I've always been into militarism stuff, so that's how I got into it. Yeah, so recently, funny story. Recently we took this test on something about World War II, and it was just like you don't even need to study because of how simple it is. Because even though history is just an easy class in general, if you have prior knowledge or love for the class, you're just gonna ace it in general. Also, I'm pretty sure people can't hear you on Steam, Coolmaster. Yeah, they've been saying that in my DMs and stuff and in game.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Okay. I was looking at my desktop audio and I have a separate mic audio that I need to turn on, and I turn that off because of the beginning part. I shouldn't have turned that off. Okay, well, to summarize what I've said, I was introducing the guests onto the show, talking about how their talking about how their Friday has been going. We talked about how they came to be in the Napoleonic era, as well as what Curtis' message on his bio means. It's pretty much what we talked about so far. Okay, Infantryium, how have you started Napoleonic Era? What drawn you towards it?
Like I said, I just got into a group about 6 years ago.
Oh
Thought it was really
jeez.
fun.
I should have Discord up and see who's talking. Sorry I made you repeat that.
It's
Uh,
fine, no worries.
Wetrat, I've known you since the 4E. Uh,
Yeah,
how
2E actually.
2E?
You
Oh,
you know how it started, yeah.
okay. Jeez, 2E. Oh, so
Yeah,
you
yeah.
long
I
time.
basically started in third Jaegers, got my first medal in third Jaegers for going 15 and 3, and then I just left uh third Jaegers for 2E because I had another regiment of 2E that was in for another community. That's why I joined the 2E instead of staying third Jaegers, and that's how I started.
Nice. Would you say that your journey, knowing the 2E and knowing all the people in there would be good journey?
It was good. It was fun while it lasted.
Yeah. So, Wetrat, when I met you first, you were called Sombat. So what made you change your like image of yourself to be a rat? Because I looked on your profile and you have a wet rat family, or let me pull it up actually. You have a wet rat family, and you're the head of it. How did that come to be?
Uh, I joined the GC Discord. They just named me Duke Wet Rat, so I just named myself that because I had no other name to come up with because I'm not that creative. I just copied off of GC. That's how it started my name and my family.
Nice. It is a pretty good name though.
Yeah.
All right, so let's kick off with some Italian questions. So how did you guys obtain your positions in Italy?
Uh, me and my guys, we left BA and got removed. Some of us got removed. I left, and then the guys who followed me got banned from BA also. And then we tried to make a regiment, but we were offered a battalion in Young Guard, which I was going to accept because I had some connection with Young Guard. I was good with them because we beat them twice without losing really hard. And then Andrea, the old vizier, he came up into my DMs offering me Italian general, and that's how I became general.
Nice. So it was more of it was a following, and they wanted the numbers, and you had a prior interest in Italy.
Uh, yeah, it was my
I think what rat lagged out. I'm not sure.
oh shit. Yeah, my Wi-Fi is being shit.
No worries.
Yeah. So, cause it's because of the rifle regiment that we were offered and a cav regiment that we got offered. That's why we be joined. Cause two people who went to commanded different things, and then there was me. I was gonna be fine with just commanding a rifle regiment, but it's just them. So that's why I chose it over Young Guard.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That's really cool to hear. It's nice hearing how people get drawn into other nations, especially smaller ones, to help grow the community. Because I know, like Men of War, they don't accept a lot of other nations like how other communities do. It's nice to hear we get some variety. So have any guys so were you guys involved with this past or this Italian launch, or were you guys not involved, or were you guys involved with the past Italian launches, the prior ones? Like I know there's one in the summer
Patrick's, yeah.
I didn't. Yeah.
I don't think any of us were involved. I was in G at the time. Curtis was busy with college, and Wetrat was in BA, I'm pretty sure. So
Yeah.
So, being prominent leaders in Italy, what has it been like to lead Italy?
I think I can speak for all of us when I say it's been pretty difficult, in all honesty. Uh, I mean, me and Infantryium, we were both put into our positions by Nap after Andrea was removed. As for Wetrat and India, they've been here since what, the beginning? And it's just been kind of tough just because we keep getting a lot of staff that goes to other nations. I know we had issues of staff being leached over to what, we had one go to France at one point. We had
one go to
a
France, one go to Spain, one go
yeah,
to
we had
Hanover, one go to BA, one go to USA.
yeah, but it just kind of makes it a little tiring to keep having to get new staff because they're just not going to be as attracted to the smaller nations, and they want to go be like a lieutenant in GA instead of keeping their rank as a colonel or something like that. So it just generally becomes a little frustrating. Other than that, it's been pretty nice though.
Is it nice leading a smaller nation rather than like a large nation? Would it be, okay, so would it be, would you rather lead like a smaller nation like Italy or a general in a larger nation like BA?
Uh, Probably I would stick with Italy. I know I personally enjoy it more, just because there's a little more, you get a little more fun with it, especially when you get all the creative decisions like organizing brigades and stuff. Like, whereas in like BA, you're told what to do, you do it, but you don't get to really do anything fun.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Because I know like some big nations, they have to have, a certain image of themselves. Not that Italy, doesn't have a great image, which it does. Like when I was in, I know like when I was in EI Britain, they had a lot of restrictions of what you can do. Um, like even in GA, there's some restrictions. It's nice to hear that smaller nations are able to ease up on those restrictions and flare in their creativity. So how does, because I was in, I don't know if this is similar in terms of structure, but I was in Italy and GC, and it was kind of, I don't know how it was exactly like structured in terms of relation with GA, but how does your system with GA work? How does, because I heard that it relates like a core, but not, I don't know. How does that work?
So, and me and the general staff have discussed this. Uh, so initially, what it was set up as is it was guard as its own brigade. Then they had a prima, and then they had a seconda, and then after Andrea was removed and Sora was put in charge, a bunch of regiments were shut down, and it was generally a bit of a shithole for a minute. So, what we've been trying to do is kind of just work with what we have at the moment. But right now, our goal is to set up divisions instead of brigades, and then we can run with multiple infantry regiments as well as attaching an arty and a cav unit to each division so they can feel a little more independent and have just generally more flexibility as a overall unit.
All right, yeah, that makes sense. So what other goals do you have for Italy?
I mean, right now we're just working our asses off to get things back off the ground. I mean, Italy, when Andrea first got it before he was removed, they rallied something like 130. And then the guy right before me for his like little, what, week
I mean, what do you think it was, George? Was Sora around for a
Probably
week or
like,
so?
yeah, it took Nap about a week to get us in entirely. So
Yeah, about a week of Sora just kind of dropping activity. I think it dropped down to like 40 men rallied or something. And then our first week back in charge, we got it to like a 66-man rally for EST and all the normal time zones. And then I want to say it was last week, we got our Asia brigade properly formed and they rallied something like 30 or 40.
Wow.
yeah, it was more towards the 40.
So it's getting there. It's just gonna be a minute.
I do have a question. What's one of the most important things you learned by leading in Italy?
Uh, it's just kind of got to deal with people sometimes, and more how to deal with people. Because let's say take Infantryium for instance, I got to deal with him differently than I would have to deal with Wetrat. Because Infantrium's like he can be a monkey sometimes, whereas Wetrat, I can just tell him straight up. But it just depends on the person, and generally you learned how to deal with people as necessary.
All right, and just this is one last question. It's not as serious, but if you were to have something put on a billboard, what would you want it to say and why?
Uh, Probably just join Italy or Viva Italia, something like that. Just because,
Gotcha.
yeah, no, it's just the classic, and I mean, it just kind of shows. It just represents us. We're trying to grow. We're working our asses off for this. We know that would help us a bit. That's pretty much all, though.
All right, that's cool. All right, Coolmaster, what do you it's up to you.
Yeah, building a nation from scratch is not easy.
Yeah, definitely, I can agree. It's kind of rough
Uh,
starting out, but
I'd
I
say
feel like
building
after a
an
while,
infantry. You remember when we were in Wurtemberg? No, I'd say this is harder than what building a nation from scratch is.
yeah, roughly. Um, Building a nation from scratch is just like you can get the guys, you can get people to be loyal to you, but when you kind of like pick it up after somebody was removed, it's more of a pain in the ass type of thing because you're gonna have people leave, you're gonna have people dip on you. They're not gonna have that sense of loyalty if that makes sense. Take GA's officer staff for example. A lot of the general staff are loyal to Nap and Avilium. And let's say, for example, if Nap ever retires, you don't know how many are gonna dip if someone else is in charge. As much as they would love GA, it's just they lose that sense of loyalty to somebody. It's kind of how it is with Italy right now.
Yeah, I hope your situation gets better in terms of people. I would like to see
Thank you.
Italy succeed. Not that it's not succeeding right now, but it's nice to see more nations, like I've said before. It's nice to see variety.
Yeah, definitely, honestly. That's why it's good that nations are accepting reclined states like Hanover, Italy. Who knows what else is gonna happen in the future, honestly.
Yep. So we're gonna transition here to our second section. So over here, and then look to my left, we have a table of core numbers and such. I know it. I know we had explained what Italy's structure is like. I made this before that. But if you can explain the different types of the different types of battalions.
So we have brigades. Sorry, we have three brigades. We have our guard brigade, we have our primo brigade, and then we have our Asiatica brigade. Our Asiatica holds all of our Asian time zone and Oceanic time zones. They have an infantry regiment currently, and then they have a rifle regiment, Dalmatia, and Wano, I believe.
Yeah, wanna.
Yeah. And then we have our primo brigade, which is led by Wetrat, that has a infantry, I believe, two infantries, if I'm not mistaken.
It's
Yeah.
Milan and Istria.
Yeah.
No, it's
Uh,
got three infantries: Milan, Istria, and Tuo.
I
Yeah,
thought
this year's
2
really
was
cool stuff.
India's.
No, you guys are 1 brigade right now.
Oh, okay.
They have 2 infantry, 2-0, and a line, and then they have a light infantry, which is Istria. And Istria has a bunch of Wet Rats guys. They're pretty good.
They left.
Were,
Remember?
but and then we have our guard brigade, which is currently holding our artillery. It's holding our guard, and then it's holding our dragoons.
Nice. So I'm afraid that wraps up this interview. Guys, if you guys don't have or not in a Men of War nation, please join Italy. They definitely deserve numbers. Alright. So that's going to wrap up this episode. Join Italy if you're not in a nation already. I'd like to thank everyone who joined today. Indiaium, Curtis, Infantryium, and Wetrat. It's been nice having you guys on the show today. Sorry if it was, a little slow at the beginning. My first time. But I hope you guys enjoyed it anyway.
Viva Italia.
Viva l'Italia.
Wow.
God save Wet Rat.
Shut the fuck up.
Leave it
You
like
shut
that.
up. God save